Now, we will explore the story of Cristiano Ronaldo's life. How a poor boy from the countryside of Madeira became an immortal legend in the world of football. First, we will look into Ronaldo's childhood. And then we will analyze Ronaldo's success. Before we dive into the video, for those of you who are visiting the channel for the first time, this is where I share knowledge about personal development, helping everyone's lives become better. Okay, let's get started. If there's one word to describe Ronaldo's childhood, it would be hardship. He was born and raised in a poor family in Madeira, a small island off the coast of Portugal. Ordinary people at least have to be born before experiencing the hardships and difficulties of their families. But Ronaldo is different. From the moment he was in his mother's womb, he had to struggle against the circumstances of his family's poverty to be born. In her autobiography, Dolores, Ronaldo's mother, recounted that due to the extreme poverty of their situation, she did not want to have another child while already having 3. When she found out she was pregnant, she sought a doctor and requested an abortion. However, since the doctor disagreed, she sought ways to have an abortion by drinking hot beer and exercising vigorously. But all her efforts failed. Finally, she had to give birth to him in helplessness and poverty. Therefore, it can be said that even from the womb, Ronaldo had to try hard. After growing up and learning about this story, he did not blame his mother because he also experienced a difficult and deprived childhood with his family. So he completely empathized with her. His family consists of 6 members, including Ronaldo's parents and 4 siblings, with Ronaldo being the youngest child. Ronaldo's mother worked as a cook and a cleaner, while his father was a laborer. His father once was conscripted by the Portuguese government and fought in Angola, a war against a country striving for independence. His father truly did not understand why he had to do this. And after being discharged, he suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder, a psychological condition following the war. Ronaldo's father before and after military service seemed like 2 different people. After returning, he fell into alcoholism, and while drunk, he often beat Ronaldo. Nevertheless, he always had a special belief in Ronaldo. From a young age, he believed that Ronaldo would become the best player in the world. He was the one who ignited the belief in excellence within Ronaldo. However, due to his heavy drinking, Ronaldo's father passed away when he was 20. Therefore, his mother almost worked tirelessly to support the entire family. Additionally, the neighborhood where Ronaldo grew up was not an ideal place. He faced an environment filled with vice and temptation. Specifically, it was Ronaldo's older brother who was led astray by friends, resulting in a drug addiction. Despite this, Ronaldo strongly overcame these temptations and focused entirely on football. Perhaps his difficult and challenging childhood partly forged the strong and resilient Ronaldo we see today. Additionally, while sitting in school, his family's poverty and his distinctive accent from the Madeira region often made Ronaldo a target for teasing by his peers. At the age of 14, Ronaldo could not contain his anger and threw a chair at a teacher when that teacher joined the students in mocking his rural accent. As a result, he was expelled from school. At that moment, he thought it was for the best, and he focused entirely on practicing football. Later on, that teacher became a fan of Ronaldo, and the two happily chatted with each other. In contrast to his family's circumstances and difficult childhood, Ronaldo was blessed with talent and a passionate love for football. As a child, he often played football with friends in the streets of Madeira. This was one of the few sweet memories of his childhood. No matter how many achievements and titles he later attained, these memories will always be priceless to him. Additionally, due to their poverty, his parents could not buy him a decent football to play with. so he often used various objects in different shapes as substitutes for a ball. The family recognized Ronaldo's talent, so they enrolled him in the local team Andorina when he was just 8 years old. In life, Ronaldo faced many hardships, but on the football field, he crushed his opponents just as fiercely. From a young age, Ronaldo stood out because of his speed and superior technique, quickly attracting the attention of larger clubs. At the age of 10, he joined Nacional, one of the strongest teams in Madeira. After 2 years there, he caught the eye of Sporting Lisbon, one of the top clubs in Portugal. Thus, at an age when his friends were still sitting in school, carefree about life, Ronaldo had to pack his bag and move to the capital, Lisbon, to join his new team. Since he was young, Ronaldo had to cultivate an independent life. When he moved to the capital, Ronaldo was teased by his peers because of his distinctive accent from Madeira, and his curly hair made him even more noticeable. Being discriminated against was never easy, especially for a 12-year-old child. During calls home to his family, Ronaldo would often burst into tears and tell his mother that he wanted to go home and didn't want to stay there anymore. Each time, Ronaldo's mother would gently console and encourage him. She knew that this was likely the best path for him. Even so, when he returned to his room, Ronaldo would act as if nothing was wrong. He didn't want to show any weakness in front of others. Starting his football career at the age of 8 and just 4 years later joining one of the top clubs in Portugal. Many might think that Ronaldo was simply lucky to be born a prodigy. This is not entirely true, as any skill, if not continuously honed and practiced, will gradually fade over time. As the famous inventor Thomas Edison said, "Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration." This saying is completely true in Ronaldo's case. From the age of 8, Ronaldo was aware of the importance of hard work in training. He often stayed behind to practice on the field after his teammates had left. As he grew older, he devised his training method, which involved attaching weights to his legs while running to improve his speed and strength. When Ronaldo joined Sporting Lisbon, the coaches tested his speed. They were amazed to find that he was faster than most U18 players, even though he was only 12 years old. Another example is when Ronaldo was 15. He was diagnosed with a rapid heartbeat condition that could be life-threatening at any moment. The club agreed to cover the costs of his surgery. His entire family was very worried about him at that time. Fortunately, the surgery was more successful than expected. Just a few days after the operation, he immediately returned to training with the team. The coaching staff was very impressed with his effort and hard work. The feeling of playing on the training field was not enough for him. He even took the ball to bed to play with. While at Sporting Lisbon, Ronaldo always brought the ball to bed to play before going to sleep. This made his roommates both amused and admire his passion. When he first arrived at Sporting Lisbon, his teammates mocked his distinctive accent from the Madeira region and the poverty of Ronaldo's family. However, as time passed, they stopped teasing him and began to admire his talent and extraordinary effort. Many might wonder what drives Ronaldo to strive so hard. In my view, there are 3 main reasons behind his relentless effort. First, it is his passion for football. Secondly, to help my family escape poverty. Finally, he desires to become number 1 in the world. While the first 2 reasons serve as a launching pad for Ronaldo's career, the last reason is the greatest motivation that keeps him striving tirelessly. From the age of 12, while playing for Sporting Lisbon, the young Ronaldo told his teammates that he would become the best player in the world. Anyone can say such things, but the biggest difference for Ronaldo is his actions. He said that he would be the best player in the world. And he always acts and trains with the effort of a leader. If you frequently watch Ronaldo's talks, you'll often hear him say, "I am the best player in the world." In your mind, someone else may be the best player in the world. But in my mind, I am always the best. This is what sets him apart. One of the biggest turning points in Ronaldo's football career was likely during a friendly match between his team and Manchester United. At that time, Manchester United was one of the strongest clubs in Europe. Unlike the Man United of today. In the match, Ronaldo quickly overwhelmed United's defense with his dribbling skills, incredible speed, and exquisite ball control. He continuously outperformed experienced defenders like John O'Shea, leaving O'Shea exhausted after the game. According to an unreliable source, after the match, this defender was so stunned that he required assistance from medical staff. After the game, the Manchester United players recognized Ronaldo's extraordinary talent, skill, and speed, so they approached the then coach, Sir Alex Ferguson, and said, "We have to sign him immediately. He is the best player we have ever faced." Of course, as a seasoned strategist, Sir Alex Ferguson saw the immense potential hidden in the 18-year-old Ronaldo. After witnessing Ronaldo's outstanding performance in that match, he immediately sought out Sporting Lisbon's management and stated, "We will not leave without Ronaldo." Thus, a contract was signed, and the agreed price was £12.24 million, making Ronaldo the most expensive teenager in football history at that time. From that moment on, Ronaldo became the legend of world football. He continuously worked tirelessly and achieved numerous accolades, including 5 Ballon d'Or awards, leading Portugal to win Euro 2016, 5 UEFA Champions League titles, and being the player with the most goals of all time, with over 900 goals and many other achievements. Directly proportional to Ronaldo's impressive achievements is his wealth. He has an estimated net worth of around $500 million. When looking at Ronaldo's remarkable achievements and immense wealth, many people either admire or envy him. However, few realize the sweat, tears, and countless efforts behind those results. As one of his teammates remarked about Ronaldo, "He deserves everything he has. He is completely deserving." Okay, this video concludes here, since I've already made a video about Ronaldo but haven't made one about Messi. It's a big oversight, so next week, I'll make a video about Messi's life. Make sure to follow along. For now, goodbye, and see you in the next video.